Welcome to our 5 on 5. We're pleased to be joined by Ivend Holen and Estelle Voeller. They're with the planning committee for this weekend's Hiroshima-Nagasaki Vigil. Thank you both so much for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
So, Estelle, let me start with you. You've been involved with this for several years now. This is the 31st year that this event has been held. What can people expect this weekend?
Well, it's 4 days of ceremonies, of educational opportunities, films, speakers, and also opportunities to take actions and to learn how to help abolish nuclear weapons in the world.
Okay, sure. All right. So, Ivend, what about the schedule? I mean, we're talking about 4 days of events, and we have speakers, we have music, we have all these things happening, and it seems like, though this may have originally started in Ashland, it's very much growing.
Indeed it is. This is the first year that we're having a major portion of it here in Medford at the Medford Library on Sunday. It'll start at noon and run until about evening, and it's going to have the Nuclear Maze, which is a fantastic educational project that shows basically how nuclear weapons were developed and the effects of the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki and so on. It's a very visual thing that people can take and follow and learn about the history of nuclear weapons. And then we're going to have indeed speakers, music, and films about not just nuclear weapons but also depleted uranium and how all these came about. And one of the highlights, and Estelle will talk a little bit more about it, is the filmmaker who is coming, Elizabeth Rogers, as well as Greg Borchi.
Yeah, it sounds like you've got quite a list of speakers, Estelle. Maybe
Yes,
you
we
can
do.
give a little more detail on those two and who else will be talking.
Yes, Greg Borchi Obed is a member of the Plowshares movement, which has worked on nuclear disarmament for over 30 years. They actually go to missile silos and to facilities, break in and do civil disobedience. They are arrested and they go to jail because to accept the consequences. But they want to bring attention to our weapons of mass destruction and the tremendous amount of resources, tax money, going to maintaining and even to modernizing our nuclear weapons.
Okay, well, we're going to take a quick break here. We'll be right back. Much more in a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. Again, we're talking about this weekend's Hiroshima-Nagasaki Vigil in Ashland and Medford with Estelle Voeller and Ivend Holen. So, Estelle, you were talking a little bit about some of the speakers. I know there's a lot going on. If you could break down a little bit more for us.
Yes. Well, Greg Borchi Oped was one of 3 activists who broke into the Oak Ridge, Tennessee high security facility in 2012. And that action actually is called Transform Now, and a book was just published about that action called Almighty: Courage, Resistance, and Existential Peril in the Nuclear Age, to bring attention to our nuclear weapons. Elizabeth Rogers traveled throughout the West and the Great Northern Plains, documenting radiation and uranium contamination in our water supplies. Hence the name of her film is Hot Water. And they were amazed to see the extent and the depth of contamination from Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, Nevada, up through Nebraska, South Dakota. And it's a very important film for us to know about and to take action.
Okay.
We also have Michael Neiman, who is a professor at SOU in International Studies, and he'll be giving us an idea of what's happening globally about the disarmament movement.
Okay, and I know with all this stuff going on, Ivend, this everything is free. Is everything free, really?
Absolutely, yes. And more information people can get at atomicvigil.net, which lays out the full schedule. Also on the Peace House calendar, is Peace House Net?
Yeah, peacehouse.net.
Okay, very good. Thank you both so much for being here. 31st year you guys have done this?
31st year, yes.
Very, very, very nice. All right, well, thank you both very much.
You're
Stay
welcome.
with us. We'll be right back.